Hey, what is up, and welcome into the Aeronoxus 85 YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some gameplay. Now, this is a little bit off the wall. I don't normally do these kinds of things, but today I just wanted to share my take on getting a win in solos. Now, this is going to be geared more towards the casual player, whereas, I'm more of a little bit of a sweatier player, but there are some things that can be taken from my gameplay that could possibly help the next guy out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be working with. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to decide where you want to go. Okay, the main thing that I like to do is I like to drop a little hot. I'm a little hotter than normal. Like I say, I'm a little bit of a sweatier player. So naturally, I'm going to drop where the money is. Now, this go round, it doesn't really work out in my favor, as you'll be able to tell here in just a few minutes, in just a few seconds. Now, let's talk about your typical hot drops here. Okay, so your basic hot drops, go ahead and get our red marker down here. Your basic hot drops are going to be right here in Al Mazrah City. All right, that's going to be your number one hot drop. Any drop that has a safe cracker, even sometimes the bounties. I haven't really noticed a whole lot of hot drops on the recons or the what do they call those? I forget what it's called, but the intel ones. The main one is going to be this guy right here. That's your safe cracker. Okay. Now, your safecracker contract is going to give you the most money for the least amount of work right off the bat. If you're dropping into a solo, everybody that knows that plays solos regularly, a safecracker contract is going to get you everything you need from your first UAV to your first primary, maybe even your first secondary. Okay, so let's skip forward here. So I'm going to come in through this side window right here. It's a side door. I don't find a gun. Getting a gun off the ground is key. So there's one guy. There's actually two guys in here. He's got a gun. Yep. Every time I land somewhere, I can't find a gun. There it is. Every time I land somewhere, I can't find a gun. Okay. Let's talk about Gulag. Early Gulag, pistols, utility, that's all you get. Late Gulag, there's been a lot of speculation. Like, when did the shotguns come into the Gulag? Shotguns come into the Gulag late in the game. So if you're dropping into Gulag around circle 4, circle 5, you're going to end up with either a 725 or some kind of pump action. Usually it's a double barrel. The number one thing, I don't actually have game chat, so I can't even use proximity chat to my advantage. Proximity chat is key. Communicating with your teammate. You can't go into a gulag just 1v2 in the whole thing. Okay? So naturally, I waited for him. He pushed right. I followed. I go ahead and throw a Simtex there. Grab that because I'm going to be coming out of the gulag with it. I throw my smoke so I can re-rotate. And voila, I knew he was going to chase. Now, as you come back from the gulag, there's going to be a lot of things that you can take care of. Now, as you can see, we're only in circle 1. We're still counting down. Gas is actually pushing in, and I spawn way over here. Now, my gulag partner is going to spawn way on the other side, so I don't really have to worry about him. Basically, at this point, it's regain. It's easier to regain early than it is later. Same thing as Warzone 1. If you die late, it's harder to get bought back. It's harder to regain. Okay? Let's take a look at these decisions. So I find a contract that is not heavily populated and is still circulated around several other contracts. I end up going for that intel right there. Now, if we take a look at that positioning, Okay, multiple buildings. The contract is still here. Ooh, that's an ugly circle. But then I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buildings that I can grab very valuable loot from. Let's get into it. So I land, get the contract. I'm looting. Basically a major loot fest here. Not a big deal. I'm kind of nonchalantly going through each building, just picking up what I've got, seeing what's available. End up knocking out the contract. Now, there comes a truck right here. Now, I'm not going to engage the truck, but the main thing is, if you look right here, you see, look where my eyes are. They're looking right at the minimap. And we'll talk about minimap awareness here a little bit later. But you notice how I'm just basically paying attention to where this truck is headed out. Checking the top of the antenna. Guys love to rat those antennas. Take a look at my circle. Now I know where I'm going to go next. So I pretty much basically decide to go towards a buy that is dead center circle of the 3rd zone. And I end up picking this rooftop. Now, if you're listening, especially with headphones on, you can hear all the boxes underneath. Now, this place is mostly unlooted, and that's actually a pretty decent sign. It's actually a good sign. Off in the distance, you can hear another vehicle. Can't really tell directionally where it's coming from or where it's going, but I'm basically just checking all my corners at this point. Making sure there's not some guy just hiding in a corner, sitting in a bush, because guys love to camp this stuff. And then we move on. So I end up picking up some money. I definitely wanted to hit the buy. Now I bought myself a UAV. Pretty sure I bought a primary too. Running around with an M4 build. Oh, there's my MP5. I had already bought my M4. And now I'm looking for something else. There's no more UAVs in the buy. There's no self-res. I already have one, but technically you can't have too many. Okay, now let's take a look at this. So now I'm on the prowl. Right here, I see a ping. Right on the buy station. People love to camp these buy stations, so you always want to check. Money is not really that important when it comes to the buy stations, because you only get one UAV. That's really all they're good for, unless you find one with like the little portable sonars. Okay, so there's the proxy chat. There he goes, he's jumping out. And I took the upper ground, the higher ground, to make sure that I win the gunfight 100%. Now, he was fighting someone. I don't know if he killed him, so I'm basically checking corners, shouldering, while I plate and reload, make sure that everything's going in my direction. Okay, so now, talk about backpacks and priority here. So your first slot's automatically going to be your money. All right, we don't have to worry about that. But each one of these can potentially hold 3 plates, right? So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12 plates and a dead silence with a recon drone right here, which can come into play. Now, the recon drone, all it's going to do is give you intel. You can park it, it'll save the intel. But the dead silence is really going to come in handy. On to the next.
Hostile UAV in the area.
We hear the UAV. And you hear me say it, you know, I'm going to back it up, but I heard glass break, so we're going to take the ladder. There it is. It's actually this building here. Over there, maybe? This buy actually has a UAV.
Yeah, we just saw that guy cross.
Uh-huh. We just saw him cross. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you're in the buy stations, you can actually still see what's going on behind you. If you look right at well, you can't really see it. There he goes. He went right to left there, way in the back.
Saw that guy cross.
Okay, so again, mini-map awareness. There's the ping on the map. If you cannot tell, there's actually an arrow pointing down. I'm on the roof. He's somewhere on the first floor. He's definitely not here. He's going to be somewhere on the first floor, maybe even second floor, depending on the difference in variation in height. He's fighting somebody. Third party is key with the new movement. Pop the Deddy. We don't know if he killed the guy or not, so we're going to pop Deddy and then go upstairs. Alright, and then you say, well, Adam, how'd you know he was right there? Push into the building. After we pop Deddy, we check the corner. He's right above us. We just heard him reload. Okay, we don't need to watch me loot these backpacks. Check the buy again. No self. No UAV. We already knew that. We heard him underneath.
New safe zone located.
There he is. Okay, we saw him. We start getting third party from the left. See, this is where the third party awareness comes in. There's knowing where those other guys are so that you don't over peak yourself into a position that you can't get yourself out of. And with the TTK the way it is in this game, third partying is nasty. Okay, so here on the minimap, we can tell that the zone's going to be pulling this way. We want to stay on this roof for as long as possible. Now gas closes here. And then what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to make the position
I
because...
wish I had a heartbeat sensor right now. I can see where these guys are at.
Yep, if we were running a heartbeat instead of a tear gas grenade, we've been fine. Or we're going to try to make our way over here to one of these buildings.
It's down to 10. You can win this. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Okay, so early rotation. We're checking it first, make sure there's nobody there. Pull shoot. Probably have a guy under us, but we're going to make the roto anyway. Now what we want to do is we want to clear out this entire area. Make sure there's nobody there. Now when I was playing, I actually didn't hear that. You can actually hear a guy coughing in the gas there. Check that out. Yeah, he was on our left and behind us there. So that's where this guy comes up. There's actually going to be a guy climbs up right here. He gets absolutely slammed here. Gets caught in a mantle. I heard him coming. There he is. Damn.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Okay, so now we have this gas mask. We're going to go ahead and use that. We're coming into circle 8. We don't need any surprises. We want to get to the early rotation. Maybe we catch some guys rotating themselves out in the open.
My guy?
1v5?
I actually was incorrect. It's actually a 1v4, but it is what it is. I looked up at the top, saw 5. That's my buddy Mike there.
New safe zone located.
Take this rooftop again. Checking our backpack, see what we have. And there they are. And then we just take advantage. And we do have 1 tick on our gas mask left. We're going to go ahead and use it. Steal that one. Steal that one. We end up taking a little damage in the process. The extra fall damage is what got me here.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I thought I had stems I could switch over, but I didn't. Luckily, the gas was moving close enough. And enemy bomb drone.
Bomb fucking drone, bro. 1v1 and he's got a bomb drone. Ooh, he blew it up. And
So there you have it, folks. Basically, that's my rundown on a solo situation and how I would play it out. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a sweatier player than most guys, but all of these key things can actually help you win any game. You can carry this information into a duos, a trios, a quads. If 4 of you want to stack up and hold corners in a building, by all means do it. But all of these things can help you pull all of your resources together, all of your utility, all of your money. You can use that to your advantage, even on just like a little, all I had was like 7 or 8 kills there. It's very simple, very easy to do, and it's an easy way to take it. You take your high ground, you use all your utility, you rotate properly using those pinwheel rotations you probably heard Iceman Isaac or somebody else talk about, and you know, basically take the game. So that's going to be it, folks. If you like what you see, don't forget to give the video a like and leave a comment down below. It really does help the channel out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.